Hi guys, I'm Shelly. Hope you're all fit and you're all well. Welcome to tonight's live session into Pilates. It's going to be a mixed ability class, but I'm going to work more towards intermediate and advanced levels. We're going to start with the setup, so we're going to look at our alignments. We're going to go through a few rounds of breathing just so we can get the right technique as we're going throughout the session. So we're going to start lying down. We're going to come down onto our backs, bend our knees and place our feet flat on the floor. So, starting off with the alignment, feet are hip distance apart. You can decide on how close you want the feet towards the body, whatever feels comfortable. I want you to look down towards your pelvis. Look at your two hip bones and then look at your pubis bone. And I want that pubis bone to be on that same plane as the other two bones, creating that flat triangle at the front. And if you just place your fingers underneath the lower back, you should just be able to touch the middle fingers underneath. We're going to lengthen the spine, stretch through the crown of the head. Let's draw those shoulders down from the ears. So we've got our alignment set up. We're thinking about our connections through the middle. We're hugging the belly in, so about 20 to 30% drawing the belly button in towards the back. Thinking about your pelvic floor muscles, we're drawing up through the base of the pelvis, drawing up inside, and again we're holding that muscle for about 20-30% contraction. So we're going to think about our breathing. We're breathing into the ribcage rather than the belly. We're going to breathe in through the nose, and then we breathe out through the mouth. When you're breathing in, I want to make sure that the lungs fully expand. Okay, so feel the ribcage expanding across the mat. So nice steady breath in. And then as you're breathing out, you're going to breathe out through the mouth, and you're breathing out with that same control. So nice steady breath in. Keep breathing so there's no more room to breathe in. And then let's breathe back out with that same control. You should start to feel the body relax and the mind starting to calm down. We'll do that one more time as we're warming up, taking a breath in. And then another breath back out. If you're new to Pilates, don't worry too much about the breathing. As long as you're breathing, then that's okay. So we're going to start tonight's session with knee folds. So again, we're going to lay this in. So thinking about that stability, I want you to take a breath in to get ready. And then as you breathe out, we're going to bring that right knee up. And then as we're breathing, we're lowering. We're going to nice and steady transfer the weight. We're going to breathe out and lift that left knee up. And then come back down. So breathing out. And then breathing in. Your focus this here is just on those knee lifts. Everything else should have stayed in place. We're going to do this 4 more times. We're going to do 2 to each side. Nice and slowly. So this would be the level that you would come back to if the other levels become a little bit too strong. 1 more on the right side. And then 1 more on the left side. Okay. We're going to bring the hands side of the head. Keep the elbows wide. We take another breath in. This time as we breathe out, we're going to lift the chest at the same time as that right knee. And then breathe in as you lower. Transfer the weight. We're breathing out as we lift that left leg. And then breathe in. So we're just going to keep this knee fold going with that abdominal curl. Keep the elbows wide. And just make sure that you're not putting any pressure through the back of the head and through the neck. We'll do that 1 more time each side. Remember your breathing. Last one on your left. And then come back down. Okay, the next level is where we're going to start to lift the feet off the floor. So we're going to bring that right leg tabletop position, sitting above your hip. We're going to embrace those abdominals and we're going to bring that left leg up. So we've still got that stability through the pelvis, we've still got that little arch in our lower back. We raise both arms up towards the ceiling. For now, we'll keep the head down. So a little bit of coordination as well. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, you've got your right arm and your left leg extending away. Breathe in as you come back. Breathing out, you've got the left arm of the right leg. And then come back. So you want to feel that length from the fingers down towards the toes, and then coming back in. And again. Now if you want to make this a little bit strong, we're going to lift the head and the shoulders off the mat. We're still hooking the belly in, and we breathe out. And then back in. So this would be your intermediate level with our double leg circle. And again. Breathing all of the time. We'll do that 1 more time on each side. Last time this side. And then we'll just take a little rest there, bring your knees into your chest, we rock side to side. And now we're going to bring it into our double leg circle. So, double leg stretch. We're going to draw our knees up towards our chest. And remember, this is your advanced version. Take a breath in. Exhale, extend arms and legs. Circle the arms around the world, draw the knees back into chest. Breathe out and lengthen. Breathe in as you come back in. And then again. So everything's staying strong into your centering. If this is putting a little bit too much pressure around that lower back, go back to alternating your arms and your legs, or you can go back to that curl up with that knee fold from the beginning. Nice long stretch through the body. We're going to finish this off with 4 more. Keeping that control from the beginning to the end of the movements. We're going to go 2 more with our double leg stretch. And then 1 more time. Let's up the knees into the chest. Bring your head back down. Gently rock side to side. Next exercise is your crisscross. We're focusing on these obliques sitting at the side of your body. We're going to bring the chest back up towards our knees. We're going to extend that right leg out. Hands go back side of the head, elbows stay wide. You've got your right shoulder coming across to that left knee. You take your breath in. You're going to breathe out and change. Breathe in and change. And then breathe out. So this one you want to focus on the pelvis staying still. Elbows are wide. Now if this is a little bit too strong, we've gone straight into advanced. What you can do is place your feet back down onto the floor. You can bring it into an oblique twist. So you're still working those same muscles at the side of the body. We're just not putting any pressure on that lower back. So if you need that lower option, guys, please go with that lower option. And now I'm going to go back to advanced. We're going to go 4-1. Nice and steady through the nose. Last time here. Come back into the middle, bring your knees into your chest, and we rock side to side. Okay. We're going to bring your feet back down onto the floor. We're going to go through a little bit of mobility through the spine. So back into the line-up, feet hip distance, check where your pelvis is, hugging that belly in, your shoulders coming back down from the ears. So nice and steady, we're going to peel the spine off the mat 1 link at a time. Tuck your pelvis under, pushing that lower back against the mat. Start to peel and lift up towards your shoulders. As you hold, you're squeezing your bum, you're squeezing your thighs, and you're rolling back down 1 link at a time. Make sure you get into that lower back and then bring your pelvis back to neutral. You're going to breathe in as you tilt. You're breathing out as you're lifting up through the spine. You're going to breathe in as you hold. And then you're going to breathe out as you roll back down, all the way through the spine. So shoulder bridge, we're going to do that 3 more times. Just getting those little muscles that are sitting in between each of the vertebrae joints. And just be aware that the knees aren't coming in or relaxing out to the side. And then rolling back down. We're going to do that 1 more time, and then I'm going to change. So peeling, we're lifting and holding, and then we're rolling back down. So guys, if you've got any back issues today, I want you to stay with that level. Otherwise, we've got our advanced version. So we're going to lift and tilt into our shoulder bridge. We're going to hold the hips lifted. We're going to bend and extend that right leg. Take a breath in, breathe out and lower. It goes parallel with that left leg. Breathe in and lift. Exhale, flex. Inhale and point. Exhale. And then inhale. We'll do that twice more. And then lifting. We'll do that 1 more time on this side. We're going to fold that right leg, place the foot back down and transfer the weight. We lift up through the left. We're going to take a breath in. We exhale, parallel to the right. Breathe in and lift. Exhale, make sure we're keeping the hips lifted on our shoulder bridge. And then lower. Legs stay nice and long, get those legs stretched out. Breathe out. And then breathe in. We'll do that 1 more time with this left leg. Fold at the knee, place your foot back down, come down out of your bridge, excuse me, bring both knees into your chest, rock side to side. Our next exercise is called the rollover. Now we're focusing on these lower portions of our abdominals. So I'm going to go straight into intermediate level. We've got our knees in our tabletop position. You've embraced the abdominals, you've still got that lower back in its natural arch. Hands go a little bit wider than your mat. Take your breath in, and as you breathe out, you're going to draw your knees towards your ribs. And then you're going to breathe in and lower. So these lower portions of our abdomens are drawing the pelvis up towards the ribs. You should feel the pelvis lift off the floor, come back down. Now relax the shoulders and relax the neck. Now if we're struggling with this exercise, then we're going to go right back to basics. Place your feet down onto the floor and you go into a pelvic tilt. Okay, so you're still working the same portion of abdominals just at a lower level. So tucking the pelvis up towards the ribs and then back and right. You'll notice that you're pushing your lower back into the floor here and then you create that arch in the back there. So if you do need a lower level, please stay with this pelvic tilt. Otherwise, I'm going to take it into the advanced version of, so the legs extend up towards the ceiling. We take a breath in. As you breathe out, you're going to lift. You're going to breathe in, scissor the legs to shoulder width. Breathe out, you're going to roll back down nice and slowly, one vertebrae at a time. And then you breathe in as the legs come back in. Breathe out. Breathe in and hold. Breathe out, you roll back down nice and steady. And then you breathe in. So we're going to keep our rollover going. You've got your 3 different levels to focus on. Making sure that you stay with the level where you can maintain your control. And we're still focused about that lateral breathing into our rib cage. I'm going to do rollover for 4 more. If you've started to have enough now, you can take a little bit of a rest and you can join me in the next exercise. And then lifting. Just making sure as you do lift that you're not putting any pressure through those hands and you're focusing on those lower portion of abdominals, pulling you up off the floor and maintaining your balance. And then we come into our last one, rolling over. Spread the legs, lower back down. Bring the legs back together, draw the knees in towards the chest. Take a little release. Okay, feet goes down, we're going to roll over onto our sides. We're going to take the bottom arm overhead, loop towards the edge of your mat, make sure you're in a nice straight line. So you want your ankles, your knees, your hips and your shoulders stacked. We're going to place a supporting hand just in front of the chest. Don't put your weight through this arm. Next exercise is called the torpedo. We're still working on these obliques, this time at the side of the body. So flex your feet if you can, take a breath in, and as we're breathing out, we're going to lift through the body, we're going to lift through the legs. And then we're going to breathe in as we come back down. Lifting up, keeping your gaze forwards, and coming back down. So your aim is to squeeze the ribs and the hips together in the middle, and then come back down. Steady the breathing. Now if this is a little bit too much, you can keep that bottom leg down, and we can just focus on lifting that top leg. Fab. Let's do that again. I'm going to go back to my advanced level, and we're going to go 4 more with our torpedo. And if you're super good, you can take away that supporting arm, and take it into full advanced torpedo. Last 2. And then we've got our last one. And then we're going to rest down. We're going to keep the feet flexed. I'm going to take away my supporting hands. Now, if you can, take away the supporting hand. If you start to move, you bring your hand back down. We're going to raise that top leg. The hips stay stacked. This is a small circle, giving us some mobility around the hip socket. So we're just going to move the leg around in a circle, breathing in, and then breathing out. Just nice and steady, as if your foot's going around the small edge of a dinner plate. Fab. Let's do that twice more. And then one more time. And then we change direction, so we're going to breathe in. And then we breathe out. Remember, if we are moving around too much, just bring that supporting hand back down towards the floor. We'll do that twice more. And then one more time. And then release. Fold the knees in front of the body, and then bring your top arm in front. We're going to move into chest opening, so I want to have some mobility around the thoracic part of your spine, so where the rib cage is connected. Take your breath in. As you breathe out, you're going to open up the arm and open out the chest. Try getting the back of the hands on the floor, and then breathe in as you come back. Now your eyes are going to follow your hands. Breathe out. And then breathe in. You should be experiencing a nice stretch through the chest, through the front of that shoulder. You've got a little bit of mobility through the neck and that thoracic spine. Well, we're just going to do this twice more. And also you can just go into the range of movement where you can feel that little stretch. We're going to do this one more time. And then release. Now use your supporting hand to push yourself up. We're going to come into a mermaid stretch. So we're just folding the legs like so. Take your hand on your ankle and reach over. You can turn your gaze up towards that middle finger if you can. Nice stretch through the rib cage and through the shoulder. And we're just trying to relax into our stretch. Keep your breathing steady. And then we're going to release that arm down. We're going to do the same again on the opposite side. So, bottom arm goes overhead. Look at the edge of the mat, make sure you're in that straight line. You've got your supporting arm just in front of your chest. Connecting into your middle, so we've still got that 20 to 30% pull in here and through your pelvic floor. Flex your feet. Take a breath in, breathe out and lift. And then breathe in and lower. Just squeezing the ribs and the hips down into the middle. And this time you start to work the obliques on this side. Fantastic. Just making sure that pelvis hasn't started to roll towards the back. And then remember your lower option, keeping that bottom leg down, just raising that top leg. There's no resistance through the supporting arm. But I'm going to go back to advanced, and we're going to go 4 more with our torpedo. So you should be feeling this one tomorrow in the waist, around those obliques. It's quite a strong exercise for those deeper muscles of the torso. Let's go 1 more here. And then we'll relax down. Again, you can keep the supporting hand there, or you can take that away. Lengthen out that top leg, point your toe. Breathe in, small circle. And then breathe out. So you want to focus on your thigh bone, just rolling around into that hip socket, while you're maintaining that stability through your pelvis. Okay, 2 more in this direction. 1 more time. And then change direction. Take that breath in. And then your breath out. You can bring that supporting hand back down if you need to. Let's go 2 more here. And then 1 more. And then release. Let's fold the knees back in front of the body. Bring that top arm out in front, back into your chest opening. Take a breath in. We're breathing out and we're rotating. And then we're breathing in as we're coming back. Keeping your gaze towards your hands. And feel that stretch into the chest and through the shoulder. Control. And then coming back. We're going to go 3 more with our chest opener. Nice and steady. Let's go 2 more times here. And then you've got your last one. And then we bring our supporting hand back in front of the body. Push yourself back up, folding at the legs, making sure you are now in the opposite direction. Take hold of your ankle, reach across. Look up towards the middle finger if you can. Keep reaching away through the fingertips. And just relax into this stretch. And then release. So I'm going to stay in a seated position. We're going to start off with a half roll back. And the reason why I've done half roll back is it can be an alternative for our roll like a ball that's coming up. So feet flat on the floor, we're going to lengthen up through the spine, we're going to bring those arms forward. So we keep pulling those shoulders back and down. As you take a breath in, you're going to fold into the hip. You're going to breathe out as you roll. Now keep the shoulders off the floor, you're going to take a breath in. And then you're going to breathe out as you roll back up. I'll do one more facing the front. So you're lengthening through those abdominals, you're going to hold as you take your breath in. And then you're going to breathe out. Now I'm going to change sides so you can see what I'm doing from the side. So we're up tall, we breathe in, we create that little C shape, and then we breathe out, we lengthen. We're going to breathe in as we hold, and then breathe out, come back up. I'm going to do that one more time with this exercise. And then coming back up. So if anybody has got any back issues, especially if you've got any like bulging discs, I want you to stay with this one. I don't want you to do roll like a ball because it's not suitable. If you want to give it a go, it's a bit fun. So come to the edge of your mat. Okay, I want you to bring your hands around your shin, and if you can, come onto your sit bones, tuck your chin under. So I want you to imagine that you're in a little bubble. Okay, and I want that chin to stay on the chest. So we're just going to roll through the pelvis, breathing in. And then we breathe out, and if you can, you're going to balance. So you breathe in, and then you breathe out. And again, so you've got a nice massage through the spine, and it's going to be those abdominals that are pulling you back up into a seated position. Obviously, if that gets a little bit too much, you can go back to half roll back. 5. Let's do that 5 more times with our roll like a ball. Making sure that we're staying in that little bubble shape. We don't want to extend the arms. We don't want to extend the legs. Okay. Last 2. And then we go into our last one. And then release. 5. I'm going to stay facing this way. So, we're going to go back to abdominals. It's called teaser, and we're going to start off nice and steady. So we're going to sit up nice and tall, and this time I want to make sure the spine stays long. We don't want to fold down into towards the abdominals. So beginner level, we're going to breathe in, breathe out. We're just going to raise that right leg. Breathe in and lower. Breathe out, raise the left leg. And then lower. So guys, this would be your kind of beginner level here. You can let go of the legs if that feels quite easy. I'll do one more with the left leg. And if you feel comfortable, we're going to go both legs. So we're going to breathe in, and then we breathe out. And then in. So you'll notice that I'm still pulling the belly in. I haven't started to fold down into that lower back. 2 more at this level. Breathing out. And then breathing in. Let's do that one more time. And then lower. I'm going to start you off with advance. So we're going to start seated, then I'll take you into the full advance. So take a breath in. You're going to breathe out and extend the legs. Breathe in and lower. Exhale. Notice how the chest is staying up. And then in. If you notice that you're starting coming like this, it's a little bit too strong and you need to stay with the lower level. Okay. Last kind of sequence. Full teaser. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, you're going to lift up through the chest and the legs, and you're into your teaser. Breathe in and come back down. Okay, so you're breathing out, lift up through that spine, and then breathe back in. So this would be your advanced level on your teaser. It is quite strong. Give it a go. If you find that you can't hold and lift up through the spine, you need to go back to one of the other levels. Breathe out. And then in. I'll go 2 more with my teaser. Last time. And then come all the way down. Take it to a nice full body stretch. Lengthen through the hands, lengthen through the legs. And release. We're going to come over onto our front. We're going to start to do our back extensions. Excuse me. So lying all the way down, face down. Take your arms out to the side so they're in a U shape. Rest your head down. Make sure you've got your 2 hip bones touching the floor. You're drawing the belly button off your mat and you're engaging through those pelvic floor. So we start off gentle with some back warmers. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, you're going to lift up through the head and the chest. And then you're going to breathe in as you lower back down. Breathe out. And then in. Make sure that you're not pushing down with those hands. I want you to focus on the muscles either side of the spine. Last one at your beginner level. Then we're going to start to bring in some arms. So keep the legs still. We're going to breathe out. And then we breathe back in. So we just added a little bit more resistance with that back extension. 2 more. Remember to leave the arms out if that is too much. We're going to stay down this time. We're going to think about the legs. Exhale, give me a double leg lift. Inhale and lower. Relax the upper body. So we've got our hip extension. Now I've gone straight into double leg. You can do single leg if that is too much. Okay, so if you do need a lower option, you can work single leg. Okay, 2 more with our double leg, or 1 more each side with your single leg. And then we're going to bring it into our full swan dive. So we're going to breathe in to get ready. We're going to breathe in as we lift. Breathe in as you exhale over the, breathe in, draw those shoulder blades back down, release back down to your mat. So you're lifting. You've got your full stretch. You draw those shoulder blades into the middle of the back, and then you release back down into your start place. You've got your breath out, and then your breath in. Breath out, and then back in. Now, if that's a little bit too much, just go back to your warm-up and your extensions. I'm going to go 5 more with my swan dive. Your gaze should be looking down at your mat. It shouldn't be lifting up with your extension. So if you're looking forward, you're going to put stress around your neck. Gaze down, carry on with your swan dive. And then we're going to go 3 more with our swan dive. You should be feeling this in those back muscles by now. Nice length through the arms. And then back down. Let's finish this off. This time I'm going to hold. You've got your other there. So you've got your arms, you've got your legs lifted. You're thinking about your breathing. And we're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Place your hands underneath your shoulders. Push yourself up onto your hands and your knees. Let's take it into a cat stretch. Tuck the tailbone under, drop your chin into your chest. Push your shoulders towards the ceiling. Bring it into a cow stretch. Lift your hips, lift your chest. Push the belly into the floor. Breathe out. And then breathe in. Let's do 1 more with our back release. Push the shoulders to the ceiling. And then push your belly down towards the floor. And then we take it into our rest position. Sit your weight back over your heels. Lengthen those arms away. Relax your head down. Now I want you to release tension around the hips and then around those shoulders. We're just going to let ourselves relax into this position as long as you feel comfortable. I'm just going to hold for a few more seconds. Slowing my breathing down. And then I'm going to release. I'm going to come back into a seated position. So I'm coming towards the end of my session. I hope you've enjoyed Pilates today. Keep safe and hopefully we'll see you all soon.